In the real world, borrowing money is often never done for free. This is a phenomenon often observed whenever borrowing money from banks in the form of loans. Apart from the loan paid, interest charge is determined by the principal amount of loan and the period or duration of the loan or investment at a particular interest rate. In most cases, when it comes to simple interest, the values we would want to determine are the simple interest and the future value, or the payback value, which is the total amount we'd have to return combined with our principal amount. In order to further our understanding, let us have some real-life examples. Our character Gordon and his sidekick Mark are aspiring entrepreneurs who would like to borrow some money from the bank. The bank that they are borrowing from offers an annual simple interest rate of 15%. Gordon and Mark, with this knowledge in mind, decide to borrow 100,000 pesos and plan to return the money 9 months from now on, the time frame of which they suspect the business is booming.
Gordon and Mark borrows 100,000 pesos from the bank that offers an annual simple interest rate of 15%. What would be the simple interest if they return it in 9 months?
With this real-life example, how do we calculate the simple interest? Simple interest is calculated by multiplying the principal value by the rate and time. From our scenario, let us first identify our given. The principal value or the amount borrowed was 100,000 pesos. The rate given to us was 15% and the time was 9 months. It is important to understand that time for simple interest is measured in years. Therefore, we must divide 9 to 12, which gives us 0.75. Second, we must change our percentage into decimal, and after then, we would proceed to multiplying. Multiplying 100,000 by 0.15 and 0.75 gives us the value 111 and 250,000. This result is our simple interest. The future value or the amount for other textbooks shows us the total sum of our principal value with the simple interest. For our given, it was 111 and 250,000, but how do we solve this in a faster way? We can obtain the future value by using the formula P open and close parenthesis 1 plus RT, where P is the principal value, R is the rate, and T is the time. Using this formula, we must multiply 0.75 by 0.15 and add 1, giving us 1.125, and all we have to do by then is multiply 1.125 with our principal value, giving us the number we had obtained earlier. Let us move forward to scenario number 2. Jade notices a receipt that shows the amount of money her mother returned to the bank, which amounted to 20,000 pesos. The receipt also displayed the rates by which the bank followed, displaying 10% and the time by which it took Jade's mother to pay 5 months.
Jade's mother returns 20,000 pesos to the bank with the rate of 10% and a time of 5 months. Calculate for the principal amount.
Jade wants to figure out how much her mother originally borrowed. In order to calculate for the principal value, we must subtract the simple interest by the future value, but since we don't have a value for a simple interest, we may use the formula for the future value and derive our formula from there. Our formula for future value is F is equal to P 1 plus RT. By dividing both sides by 1 plus RT, we get the formula P is equal to F divided by 1 plus RT. Using this formula and upon transferring values, we get P is equal to 20,000 divided by 1 plus 0.10 times 0.42. Simplifying the denominator, we first get 0.042, then combine that with 1, turning our denominator into 1.042. 20,000 divided by 1.042 gives us the amount 19,193 pesos and 86 centavos. In situations in which we need to solve for either the rate or the time, how do we do it? Let us look at our last scenario. Danielle returned the money by which she owed the bank. She returned a total of 250,275 pesos. Her principal value was 250,000. Her simple interest was 275 and the bank had a rate of 0.5%.
Danielle returned the money by which she owed the bank. She returned a total of 250,275 pesos. Her principal value was 250,000 pesos with an interest of 275. If the bank had a rate of 0.5%, how long did it take for Danielle to pay back the money she owed?
Danielle wonders about the time that had gone by between her borrowing and payment. In order to solve for this, she must use the formula equal to simple interest divided by principal value times rate. In putting the values from our given, we have 275 divided by 250,000 times 0.005. Simplifying the denominator gives us 1,250 and dividing it to 275 gives us 0.22 years or approximately 2.5 months. But what about solving for the rate? Similarly, in order to solve for the rate, all we have to do is use the formula R is equal to simple interest divided by principal value times time. In putting our values from the previous given, we have 275 divided 250,000 times 0.22 years. Simplifying would give us 55,000 and dividing gives us 0.005, which translates to 0.5%, which was our original rate.